America has some of the world's most haunted hotels. For example, the Congress Plaza Hotel, the Grand Traverse Commons, or even the Crescent Hotel. And I'm about to stay in all three of those to find out if they're truly haunted. Starting with the Congress Plaza Hotel. You know, this video was great in theory, but now that I'm actually here, I'm a little scared. But hey, too late now. You like my costume? Come on, I had to get into character. Actually, to be honest, I just have a costume party when I get home, so I figured I'd test costumes on the road. Anyway, this place is extremely haunted. See that window over there? Yeah, someone got thrown out of it. And don't worry, there's plenty where that came from. But for now, let's just head inside. But considering this is the most haunted hotel in Chicago, I have a feeling we're gonna be in for a treat. But I got checked into my room. How's it going? Just checking in. And the moment I stepped out of the elevator, the vibe turned from fancy to terrifying. But luckily my room was just down the hallway. That's straight out of a horror movie. But when I got inside... What? Look at this place! Okay, so why is it low-key luxurious? I thought this place was supposed to be haunted, not a luxury hotel. Well, trust me, it's still haunted. Speaking of which, let's go over exactly what we're looking for. Haunting number one. Apparently a 1900s war vet himself in his own room the night before his wedding, and he's known throughout the hotel as the Shadow Man. Haunting number two. Hang on, let's do this the right way. On the 12th floor, there's a little boy named Carl Ranger who was thrown out of his own hotel room window by his own mother. Haunting number three. Supposedly there's a ghost with a peg leg running around the hotel. His name, Peg Leg Johnny. There also used to be a judge who lived here. He used to run up and down the hallways of the hotel, turning off people's TVs in their hotel room as a prank. Legend has it, the TVs still turn off and on to this day, but the judge is long gone. But you can't just hunt for ghosts in broad daylight, so let's kill some time and go explore the hotel. Don't get me wrong, parts of this place are absolutely beautiful, but other parts of this place are absolutely terrifying. And when I was walking around, I just kept finding strange rooms. And I don't know. It's just giving a weird vibe. I don't think I'm supposed to be in here. Like, what is this room even for? What is this? Where am I? I also found the Gold Room, which is a haunted dining room in the hotel that normally you're not allowed into. But I managed to convince security to give me a tour. Holy wow. And this place was absurd. This is insane. I can definitely see this being haunted. Thank you for doing this. I've heard stories of it being haunted. Is there anything true to that?
No, I haven't experienced anything spooky.
Okay. But eventually, the sun was set, and it was time for investigation number one. Let's go over our tools. The cat toy. Don't worry, I'll give you the rest of the info on these in a minute. The EMF detector. This device detects electromagnetic frequencies. I know, big word. Big word, I'm smart, thank you. Which supposedly ghosts are said to give off. 3, an infrared flashlight, which pairs handily with my infrared video camera, which allows us to see in the dead of night. And 4, a flashlight, just the kind that you like twist to turn on. There's really nothing special about it. But that's everything for tonight. We do have a couple more for the upcoming hotels, but we'll save those for later. We're gonna be doing some investigations up here later tonight, but first, let's do some of the ones around the hotel. And our first investigation takes place on the 12th floor, where of course, we're looking for the little boy. What is this hallway? What is this door? I just found the world's creepiest maintenance room on the 12th floor. Well, what better place to talk to a ghost than in a creepy maintenance room? Look at this room. If this isn't perfect for catching ghosts, I don't know what is. What a way to start the haunted video, huh? So I put out the cat toys. The beautiful thing about these is if anything touches them or moves them, they'll light up. So if they randomly light up without me touching them, well, you can probably put 2 and 2 together. I just wanted to come up to the 12th floor and say hello. If you feel like moving any of the 3 balls, they'll light up with fun flashy colors. If you want to communicate with me and you don't want to communicate through using the balls or tapping or something, you can do anything you'd like to let me know that you're here. I'd love to talk to you. I just want to get to know more about you. But after not getting anything in the closet, I decided to try the 12th floor stairwell. If there's any spirits with us on floor 12 right now in this area, if you're willing to set the ball off, that'd be great. This is the first first test of the video. I did not think we were gonna get something already.
I know you were able to set the ball off once. Is there any chance you'd be able to do it for me one more time just so I can see that you're here and ready to communicate?
But after getting nothing else for about 30 minutes, I decided to move to the next test. I gotta say, there might be some legitimacy behind this one. So for test number 2, I went all the way back down to floor number 1 to look for Peg Leg Johnny. My plan? Go up every single floor of the hotel and walk the entire thing. And after nothing on the first couple floors, I got myself up to floor number 4. Peg Leg Johnny anywhere? Huh, a door. Why are they so easy to open? Is someone living in here? Anyways, most of my time on floors 4, 5, and 6 were just occupied by opening maintenance doors. Peg Leg Johnny? Who's this? Dental kit. Don't mind if I do. But on floor number 7. What? Is this an old shower room? If there's a room that's gonna be haunted, it's this one. But no Peg Leg Johnny. Same with 8, 9, and 10. 2 more floors, Johnny. Where are you? But 11. Peg Leg Johnny, if you're here, can you give me some sort of sign that you're here? Yeah, okay. 11 and 12 were duds too. Can I get an honest opinion on what you guys think of the costume?
Solid 8. I think solid 8.
A solid 8. It's now currently 10:02. And this, my friends, is when things get real. It's time for the Shadow Man. But the plan? Use the night vision camera and the flashlight to try and communicate with him. You see, back on the ghost tour of 2022, the flashlight was the only tool I needed. So I'm gonna try and ask questions and see if maybe he'll turn it on and off for me. I would like to welcome any spirits, specifically the war vet that I heard passed away in this hotel, to communicate with me through this flashlight. I would love it if you could show me that you're here and willing to communicate by turning this flashlight on and off. If there's any spirits here, could you give me some sort of sign that you're here? It doesn't have to be the flashlight if you're not able to do that. After asking a couple times, I decided to give the EMF reader a shot too. And this is a simple device. If it flashes up past the first green dot, that's how you know you might have something. Possibly touch the EMF reader, make it light up. But unfortunately, after about an hour of trying, there was simply zero response. The Shadow Man is nowhere to be seen. But hey, I bet we'll have some better luck with the upcoming hotels. I'm done. Goodbye. What was that? But after getting ready for bed, I still had one test left to do. That is the end of tonight's ghost hunt, kind of. You see, I figured why not leave a GoPro recording the entire night with the TV on, just in case the judge happens to come by. And after watching some college football, I went to bed. After reviewing the footage, literally nothing happened, other than me sleeping like a baby, but that's not important. Morning. The TV's still on. Did anything else happen? It's 7:30 in the morning and I have a plane to catch. Let's do this. So I fell back to sleep. It's 11 o'clock and my flight leaves in about an hour. The drive to the airport's 30 minutes. I'm terrified right now. Hopefully I make the flight. But bye, Congress. After I got in the Uber, reality really started to set in. Yeah, there was simply no shot I was making this flight. Update, we did not make the flight. Honestly, the fact that it's almost dark is making this way spookier. And as I was leaving the airport, this crescent moon was not helping my nerves. But after a short drive... Oh, come on now. Welcome to hotel number 2. Except it's actually an Airbnb. I don't know how much you can actually see behind me. Probably not much. But this is what I'm seeing. Welcome to the Grand Traverse Commons, aka the Village. I just took that picture a few minutes ago. It's terrifying out here. This place was built in 1885. Before this place was turned into an apartment complex, oh, guess what? It was an insane asylum. There's a lot of rumors about this place. Rumor number 1, apparently people see the lights flicker all the time. Rumor number 2, apparently people claim that there's unexplained voices that you'll just randomly hear. Last but not least, there's also apparently knocks on the walls. Not from your neighbors. Well, maybe the dead ones. Now, I was supposed to get here during the day because apparently there's also parts of this that is still abandoned. So I know it's nighttime now, but we might have to take a little look around for the abandoned parts. But I promise you, it's gonna be scarier than the last one. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, right, the costume. You don't know who I am? I'm the Energizer Battery Bunny. Duh! This one is so much better than the last one. As great as my costume is, it's time to head inside. I don't think you guys understand how actually terrified I am of this place. But at the same time, how could I not be? Look how creepy this place is. And when I went inside, well, it didn't get that much better. What in the world are these hallways? Why are people living here? Look at my silhouette in the window. I look insane. Time for a room tour. We got the living room, the kitchen, a rather ominous hallway, the bathroom, and the bedroom, which apparently the light is broken. Broken? Yeah, more like cursed. And that is the full room. Before we start these investigations, I need to do two things. A, I want to go look around this place a little bit because it low-key looks awesome. B, I need myself some dinner. Let's go. And honestly, when I got outside, this place is actually pretty cute. I know this place is haunted and all, but the fact that it literally is a little village and just has restaurants and shops and a church and everything everywhere, it's kind of adorable, and I wish I had more time to be able to shop around. But despite it initially being just cute and fun, once I explored more, the buildings just got creepier and creepier until eventually, one minute there's like a nice developed building, and then literally on the same corner, there's something straight out of a horror movie. What is going on with this place? And it didn't take long before I found the true abandoned part. I mean, if there's a walkway, I'm gonna walk on the walkway. And this is when it got really concerning. So they weren't joking about it being abandoned. I don't feel like going to jail, so I'm not gonna go in there. But that rumor is true. There were broken windows, random crates with who knows what inside, and this. But I kid you not, after hanging around the abandoned area for a little while, mind you, I did not step inside. Why is there a helicopter? And why is it literally hovering above me? There's no way. I didn't even go in the building. I just stood near it. I think I've seen enough. Yeah, I needed something to calm me down after that because I don't even know what's happening. I just have a quick question if you don't mind. What do you think of my costume? Out of 10, what do we think? Because I have a couple other ones that need a test, so...
9 out of 10.
9? I got the hood and everything.
If I take it to a 10.
Oh, let's go, okay. But after I obliterated my body with Taco Bell... Welcome back to the hotel room. To be honest with you, my heart is pounding right now. With that being said, we're gonna get into the first test. Hello to any spirits, old patients who may be present right now. And I just wanna communicate with you in any way that you can. Anything to let me know that you're here and willing to talk. Heard like a tap, one tap to my right. But despite the lights not really flickering at all, I wanted to try in every room of the house just to make sure. So I gave it a shot in the bathroom. So if you're here, feel free to do so now. And nothing really happened. But in the bedroom, I'd like to invite any and all spirits that can hear me right now to... No way. As soon as I said that, look at the EMF. If that's someone in this room, would you perhaps be able to turn off the flashlight on the windowsill or the light behind me to show me that you're here? Would you mind coming over and setting it off again just so I know you're still here? If you were a patient of the hospital, could you light up the EMF to answer yes? But after the initial action on the EMF meter, the lights didn't really flicker and the EMF slowed down. But after 30 more minutes, this happened. Yo, the flashlight just got super dim. If that's you using the flashlight, the energy from the flashlight, can you either turn the flashlight back on or flash the EMF for me? Is that how you're getting the energy to be able to talk to me right now? I genuinely think whatever was just talking to me used the battery from this to be able to do so, because there's no reason they should have died that quick. This test, to be honest, I gotta call the rumor a possibility because this is insane. So after some possibility from that first test, I had to test for voices. And this one's simple. All I'm doing is leaving my phone with voice memos recording on the bed. And I'm just gonna ask questions for about 30 minutes. Not gonna know what happens until I'm editing. Hello, I'm back. If the spirit I was just talking to in here is still here. If there is someone here with me tonight, can you make yourself known and say something into the recording? After listening to the voice memo, truly I didn't hear anything, like at all.
All right, that's all for now. Thank you and goodbye.
But after that, I had one more thing to test for. Knocks on the walls. The plan? Sit in the bedroom with the lights completely out and just see if I can hear anything.
This is the one I'm most concerned about, but I'm gonna do it in complete darkness. I would love it if you could give me some sort of sign that you hear specifically a knock on the wall, if possible. Again, if there's any spirits in here listening to me, I'd love it if you'd be able to give me some sort of sign by knocking on the wall. If there are any patients of the asylum, could you give me a tap, knock, anything to let me know they hear some sort of sound? What was that?
No, I 100% just heard something that sounded like it came from the ceiling.
Was that you? Could you make one more noise so that I know you're here? Are there any patients of the hospital in here with me? Was that you that just made a sound in the corner of the room? Could you give me a knock on the wall if they used to treat you well in here?
I just heard something from the bed. What the heck? What was that? It was from like the bed sheets.
Is there someone in this room with me? I keep hearing like this cloth moving sound. Are you making that sound? Can you make another sound so that I know it's you?
Eventually the night vision flashlight went out, but after a whole lot of nothing, this happened.
Yo, no. Well, no, I'm done. Goodbye. What was that?
What the heck was that?
No, I was sitting in the room doing the test like I had been for the last 40 minutes. I swear to you, I just heard this. I swear to you, I heard like a little thud and a floorboard creak. I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like I'm the psychiatric patient right now. What is going on? If I'm hearing thuds, floorboard creaking, fabric rubbing together, taps on the walls, I'm pretty inclined to say that people are probably hearing knocks too. So honestly, I'm saying yeah. I'm saying it's confirmed.
And truly, after that last test and hearing that creak, I was a little spooked. So I decided, since it was 3 in the morning, to call it quits and get prepared for our final hotel.
It was a good and also terrifying day 2.
That was a fun night. And hey, you can finally see the place. Honestly, it looks just as scary during the day. I gotta head to the airport so I don't miss my flight again. Let's go to our final hotel. Bye, creepy building that's also somewhat beautiful, and I kind of want to stay, but I also don't at all. Real quick, before we head into the airport, I just want to say we have a few of these 1 million subscriber hoodies still left over. So if you want to get one, go to addybowley.com and use code Halloween for 25% off your order. But after a short hop over to Arkansas. Bye, thank you. Take a look at this parking lot and pick the car that you think is my rental car. If you said the Dodge Challenger, you're right. I know what you're thinking. Addie, why did you rent this vehicle? Look, to be honest, this vehicle, a Ford, and a Kia, they were all the same price. So of course, I'm gonna rent the Dodge Challenger. You ready to go for a ride? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, this was the most fun drive of my life, but all of that was kind of ruined by the fact that, gee, I don't know, we're going to the most terrifying hotel in America. I welcome you to the Crescent Hotel. This place was originally built in 1886, but let me tell you exactly what we're looking for. Number 1, an Irish stonemason fell to his death out of room 218. His name was Michael, and it's supposed to be the most haunted room in the hotel. But there's more. The crystal dining room supposedly has playful spirits in Victorian dresses. Number 3, for a short period of time in the 1930s, this place was actually a cancer hospital, and supposedly several of the patients from the hospital still visit the hotel today, including the doctor, Dr. Baker. And to make this place even creepier, remember how I said it was a hospital? Yeah, well, there's also a morgue, and it's still in the hotel. Oh, and a little fun fact for you. The morgue still has the original autopsy table and the freezer. Isn't that great news? Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get 218 available for this trip, but I got the next best thing. The Victorian Suite. Supposedly, the second most haunted room in the hotel. So of course, we're gonna test that. And of course, you like my outfit? It's the next costume. You keeping up here? The legend himself, Bob Ross. This might take the cake. And I almost forgot to mention, I have a surprise for you around midnight or so, but let's just head inside for now. Honestly, as terrified as I am, I got inside and this place was kind of cute. Can I get your honest opinion on the costume? Out of 10.
Solid 9.5.
But I got my keys and found my room. I'm basically in the lobby. What? What? It's time for a room tour. So this is what you get when you first walk in. We get a bunch of very intricate paintings. We got a little kitchen with a gift basket that I cannot wait to open. What is this room? Yo, I can tell you right now, there is a ghost in this room. Then I found my bedroom. This is so haunted. You cannot tell me that this is not haunted. So this place is insane. Like, look at the walls. What is this? Look at this little guy. We got a little foam thing, a coffee mug. We got a t-shirt. Hang on a second. Look, Bob Ross is great and all, but I gotta be on theme. I'm not joking. There's apparently a cat that also haunts this place. It used to be the general manager of the hotel as a joke, and they held a funeral for it. So he's a pretty big deal. His name's Morris, and I'm not joking when I say he apparently actually haunts the hotel. So good thing we have cat toys with us. To kill some time, I went to go get dinner, but eventually it got dark. Well, it's currently almost 8 o'clock, and it is completely dark out. So at this point, I think it's about time we get started with the investigations. Welcome to the parlor. I figured, what better way to test for the doctor than to do it in his very own office? Yeah, that big room in the middle of my hotel room is where the cancer doctor apparently had his office, which is just a great sign for me tonight. Hello, I want to introduce myself. My name is Addie. I'm here to try and communicate with any spirits, people, energies who might be in this room. I want to invite you to communicate with me in any way you can. Is there anyone here who wants to make their presence known? Again, if there's anyone in this room, I'd really appreciate it if you could make a sound, make something move, give me some sort of sign that you're here and willing to communicate. I like a ticking noise coming from the door over here. Dr. Baker, are you here in this room with me? Are there any patients in this room? I keep hearing like creaking noise. What was that? After another half hour, I didn't really hear anything else. And despite the noises, that's not really proof of the doctor. So I can't confirm this one. It's currently like 11:35, and as I said, I have a little surprise at midnight, so I have to get ready for that. Before I head to this next test, there's one piece of equipment that I have not used yet for any of these investigations. The laser pen. Unlike your typical laser pointer, it shoots multiple dots all over the room. And if the light distorts, bends, or even just flat out goes away, well, that doesn't just happen for no reason. So while I'm gone for this next test, I'm gonna set a little something up. I set up a GoPro and the laser pen so that we can see if anything happens while I'm gone. And not only that, but we're testing two things at once. I've also set up another camera with 3 cat toys in the hallway, just to see if the general manager comes by. But as for the surprise, I have a midnight ghost tour I'm going on. Apparently there's a professional paranormal team here with equipment that's gonna help us ghost hunt. We have the 2 room cameras set up, so let's head off and enjoy a ghost tour and, you know, see if anything happens while we're gone.
Hi, are you here for the investigation?
Yeah. So we went down to our first spot of the investigation, the infamous Crystal Dining Room. And first of all, this place looked so cool. But second of all, she has a couple things that I don't have. One of which is a REM pod. I believe it's similar to an EMF where spirits give off a certain type of energy. So if it reacts to seemingly nothing, we know we got something. But she also uses something called the Estes method, which I can't do standardly because I'm alone. So as you can imagine, when she needed volunteers,
Who wants to be the first victim? Volunteer in the headphones.
I'll do it, yep.
So here's how this works. I'm in the headphones, and essentially I'm connected to this little device that rapidly switches through radio stations. And supposedly the spirits can use these stations to send messages to me by allowing me to hear certain words over the radio. But because I'm in noise-canceling headphones, I have no idea what she's asking. So if they correlate, well, chances are something's trying to talk to us.
We don't know who's here with us, but if you can give us any kind of indication that you are here and that you want to communicate, we would love that. Thank you. That is awesome. Thank you for touching that red pod. Who is it that's with us tonight?
Highways?
Highways? Okay. What about the highways? Did you work on highways? Thank you. What is your name? What can we call you?
Finished. Victory is certain. Despite not sitting in them for very long, there was some interesting stuff. Honestly, I don't know how much of it actually correlated, but being able to try this at all was awesome. But because of the REM pod going off throughout this part of the investigation, honestly, I gotta confirm, there's definitely something going on in the crystal dining room. But then we were headed down to the morgue. And on the way, I asked to see if the investigator knew anything about the room I was in that I may not have.
So Breckley was a 4-year-old boy that was here during college days. He lived there. And also Norman Baker had his office in there.
Okay, cool. So apparently there's a little boy who also haunts my room, so we'll be testing that next. But while we're walking to the morgue, let's check on the room cams. Well, that's terrifying. And eventually, we made it down to the morgue.
So if you guys have not been down to the morgue before, this is my favorite room in the entire hotel. And not just for creepy things, I know, I like them too. But this room is my favorite because it really hasn't been updated or renovated very much since the college days. We're going to use our EMF detectors, we're going to put them on the ground. One kind of here, maybe one in the icebox. And on the ground, it should be a stable amount of energy. So if it does have a spike, we will notice.
Then she showed us a room with a bunch of jars that they apparently dug up in 2017. They belonged to the doctor, and some of these jars contain medicine, random concoctions that he made up, and some of the other ones contain literal body parts.
This may be looking like lung tissue.
I'm sorry, but this is just disgusting. Put them back in the ground. I don't care. But anyway, we kept trying to get stuff in the morgue, and despite a couple hits on the REM pod and the EMFs, I mean, it's just standard stuff. So clearly the morgue has something going on. But unfortunately, since you can only access it on the tour, our time has run out. So I went back to the room for one final test. So we're in the main bedroom. I haven't done anything in here yet, and I'll be using dowsing rods. Now these are something I've never used before, and I'm a little bit skeptical. Supposedly, you ask the spirits yes or no questions, and depending on whether they cross for yes or send the rods outwards for no, that's how they can communicate with you. But I don't know, just the videos on YouTube just seem so fishy.
I'd like to invite any spirits to use the dowsing rods to be able to communicate with me tonight. Is there anyone here with me right now? Yeah, no, I believe these. Absolutely, I believe these. I promise you 1000% that was not me. Dr. Norman, is that you? No? Is it the little boy I'm speaking to? Well, it's nice to meet you. Was your name Brecky? Sorry, I'm trying to remember your name. Yes, it's Brecky. So it wasn't Brooke? No, not Brooke. Do you want me to get any other of the toys back out again for you to play with? Yeah. All right, Brecky, can you see the little ball next to me? So if you touch that ball right there, if you're able to, you can use any energy you need from my cameras or the lights or anything. You should be able to make it light up. Do you want to try the little flashlight instead? Yes? Let me find that flashlight. All right, you see the flashlight? Yes. So you might be able to turn off that flashlight. I met a little girl who was in a different hotel who was able to turn the flashlight off to be able to talk to me. Are you able to turn that flashlight off? Do you know how to play rock, paper, scissors? Yes. On the count of 3, I want you to say it out loud what you picked, rock, paper, or scissors. And then after, cross the rods if I won and tilt them outwards if I lost and you won. If we tied, make one of the rods spin all the way around and touch me, okay? 3, 2, 1, rock. Oh, I won. All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper. Who won? We tied. It's been almost an hour that I've been having this conversation with Brecky. Let me get some new batteries for the flashlight because Brecky has drained this one, I think, to be able to talk with us from the sounds of it. There's no way. I was just putting a new battery. Look at this. Brecky, if that's you, can you turn the flashlight back on? There's no way. Brecky, if that is you, can you turn the flashlight back off? I cannot believe this is happening again. This is the exact same thing that happened to me at Captain Grant's B&B. Brecky, can you turn that back on for me? There's no shot. There's no shot.
I can't even believe this. We ended up using the dowsing rods for about another 30 minutes, but eventually I had to say goodbye.
I'll say goodnight. Goodbye. Thank you for talking to me. It was great playing games with you, and I hope we can talk again sometime soon. Bye, buddy. I completely understand in every way that if you weren't here to experience that in person, that's hard to believe. I full on 100% believe that I just had a 2-hour conversation with a little kid named Brecky. Literally all his responses were perfect. Even when we played rock, paper, scissors, as ridiculous as that sounds, when we tied, he literally spun the rod all the way around instead of crossing it or sending it outwards to let me know that we tied. I'm truly speechless. I mean,
After gathering my thoughts, I decided it's probably just time to call it for the night.
good night, guys. I'll see you in the morning.
And after a beautiful breakfast at the Crystal Dining Room, that's the end of the ghost tour. Everybody say bye to the Crescent. It was time to make my way back home. But it definitely does make you wonder, is there truly something more out there? Party time! Cast your vote. And the winner is the pirate.
Yarr! Thank you, Captain!
I can't believe I lost.